Today, I want to talk about not allowing the opinions of other people to stop you from accomplishing whatever you want to accomplish in life. The problem with people today is they are so worried about what other people are going to say or what other people are going to think that they're not able to live life to the fullest. Well, let me tell you today that if that's how you're living, you need to make a change. Because if you don't, by the time you're on your deathbed, you're going to have regrets and be like, man, I should have just done what I wanted to do instead of worrying about what somebody was going to say or think. Because at the end of the day, it's your life. It's your chances, it's your circumstances. You choose what you want. Other people don't know what your desires are. They don't know what you have planned for the future. They don't know your visions. They don't know your purpose. They're just making comments because they're just looking at things from their perspective. But maybe if they were in your shoes, they would be able to see things the way you see. But they can never be in your shoes. You're the only one that's going to be in the shoes that you're in. So you make decisions and the ways that will benefit you. Now, I want to use my life as an example. I remember when I used to be in a relationship when I was single. Well, I was single and I was in a relationship. And I stopped to think and reevaluate myself in the relationship and my future of where I wanted to be. And when I realized that things were not going the way I wanted it to go, I realized that if I continued to stay in that relationship, the desires that I have for my future would not be the same. Things would not be the way I wanted to. So I decided to break off the relationship. I had been in the relationship for at least 3 years and counting. But I chose to break off the relationship. Yes, before you break up any relationship, you have to analyze the pros and the cons. Of course, embrace the pros, but of course, prepare yourself to deal with the cons that come along with the problem. Because if you don't, you'll be discouraged and you'll be right back at square one where you started. So I evaluated myself and said, if I get out of this relationship, everybody looks up to me in this relationship. Everybody knows that we have been together for the longest time. Now, if we break up, oh my gosh, it's going to be the end of the world. And yes, I braced myself and I decided, you know what? I do not care what people say or think. I know what I want in this life and I am going for it. I prepared my mind to deal with anybody who had something negative to say about me for breaking up the relationship. But I had told myself that regardless of what people say, at the end of the day, I am better. It's just a temporary situation. A few years from now, people will forget that conversation. It makes no difference in their life. But I am the one who will be impacted. 5 years from now, I will look back and ask myself if it was worth that risk. I'm looking back and I know it's worth that risk of getting out. Because if I didn't, I don't know where I would be. And I don't think I would be happy with my decision. Now, I am not saying that you should go ahead and break off any relationship that you're in. First, you have to think. Stop and think about your situation. Ask yourself, what do I want out of this relationship? What do you really want out of this relationship? Are you happy? Will you continue to be happy 5 years from now? If not, get out and start all over. It's okay. Everybody makes mistakes. When you started learning how to write with pen, that's why they give you pencils so that you can erase it and start all over again. They don't give you pens. A relationship was just a pencil you were trying to trace yourself through and it didn't work. Erase it and start all over again. Yes. Anytime you decide to make a change, it comes with consequences. You just have to be ready to deal with the consequences. A lot of people want to change, but they don't want to deal with the consequences. Well, you can't do that. They go together. So, if you cannot change something, just find a way to use it to your advantage. That is how life works. If you can't change something, figure out how you're going to use it to your advantage. I mean, we know that the sun comes out in the daytime and the moon comes out at night. We cannot change that. And so we figure out how to use it to advantage. We sleep at night because it's easier to sleep at night. And in the day we're up and we can accomplish a lot of things in a day, because that's how it works. I mean, that's how life works. So, adjust things to work in your favor. If you can't change it, figure out the best way to use it to your advantage. If people are talking about you, or people criticize you for making whatever decisions, how do you use it to your advantage? Well, listen to what they're saying and find out if there's any truth in it. And find out what lesson you can learn from whatever they're saying and move on with it. If what they're saying is just trash, well, just throw it away and move on. You don't have to absorb everything that people say to you. There's a saying, if you're going for a walk and you stop to throw stones at any dog that starts barking at you, well, it will take you a longer time to get you to your destination. So sometimes just let people talk. Just keep your goal in your mind, where you want to be, and you will get there. Okay? So don't forget this. If there is something that you cannot change in this life, whatever it is, figure out the best way to use it to your advantage. Simple as that. How do you do that? Think. List the pros and the cons about it. And then you choose how you want to use that to your advantage. The pandemic caused a shutdown. How do you use this to your advantage? Well, you have plenty of time on your hands, locked up at home. You have access to information right in the comfort of your bed. Get online and start searching and learning and improving yourself and be a better version of you. We're all brought into this life for a purpose. Find a way to fulfill your purpose to your advantage. At the end of the day, you only answer to God. You don't answer to people. At the end of the day, you're not who's going to grade you about your life. People can say what they want, but that doesn't mean that's how your life is going to be. You're responsible for your actions. Don't let other people dictate to you how to live your life. Okay. Until we meet again, have a lovely day.